Hello and welcome to the programme. Now, back on May the 6th, Ukraine marked Infantry Day for the first time in its modern history. Now, it has many aims and in fact is one of the largest branches of the Ukrainian Ground Forces, which has played a key role in the joint forces operation in the Donbas. Now, I'm pleased to say, to talk more about the importance of May the 6th, we are joined in the studio by Nataliia Meshcheriakova, a lieutenant and head of the CIMIC Group of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade. Hello, thank you for coming in.
Hello, Tom.
So can you tell us a bit more about the role of the infantry in the Joint Forces Operation Zone?
The infantry in the toughest conditions now it's a long-term operation, a long-term separation with families. It is mud, it is a lot of work, it is continuously dangerous conditions, so it is difficult. But the role of infantryman is the first who kept the tons of metal from the sky. Infantrymen look at the enemy and enemy looks at infantrymen. Infantrymen in more dangerous conditions than other troops, other units. These 5 years, infantry takes digs into granite and clay more than 400 kilometers.
Okay, well, can you tell us a bit about the role that women play in the infantry?
It's a very interesting questions, but I don't like these questions because several years I observe how media gives information about women in army for society. First of all, it is like a miracle, like an albino tiger, or like a clover with 4 leaves. Approximately, it looks like, look at her, this beautiful woman or girl, take her boots, wear uniform, take her gun, and defends her country in a pair with a man. Sensation. But it is not sensation because woman in army, it is a profession. This situation completely eliminates the role of her education, of her professional skills, of her motivation. Because maybe, as you know, in 2014 a lot of volunteer women and girls joined volunteers units, and they helped to defend country. On the period during the period of huge battles. It was a very huge, very difficult period for Ukraine, and a lot of girls and women joined the army because they have motivation to defend it, because they are citizens of this country, not because they are women. We don't say, look at this female judge or advocate or programmer. She like a man and not worse than men.
Equal.
Yes. This comparing, it is not right, because this now media say, look at this girl. She, instead of work in beauty salon or cooking, she defends her country. It is not right, because we do not compare female lawyer and female and male lawyer.
Yes.
We do not compare journalist woman and journalist man. And we don't say, look at her, she write text in a pair with a man. about politics, economy, and she can write texts about fashion, for example. It is not right because it eliminates professional skills, education of this woman. In this situation, it is media do not force women to be equal. Media and attitude from society, from her colleagues and commanders do not force her to be professional. This situation forces only to ask for privileges, for indulgence, and other. And in this situation, real fighters, women fighters, professional, military professional women who are which are very respected in their brigades, they must put more efforts to be equal.
Yeah, and also they do the same tasks. They carry the same bags. The weight of the bags is the same. They do the same training drills and that sort of thing.
I think if you want to be a professional, because military, it is a profession.
Of course.
It is a profession. You must be equal in everything. If you do not handle with this work,
then that's not a job for you.
Yeah. With this job, you can find another job. So army, it is profession. And you can be equal if you have the same skills, the same education, the same motivation, and the same
spirit,
experience. So the same, to be equal. And
how many women do you have in the infantry brigade?
Ministry of Defense said that about 23% of women in the army. I know about 7,000 women who have the status of participant of hostilities. But my view, inside view, I see only about 5-7% of women in infantry. By the way, in Ukrainian army, 7 women were killed. 1 were killed in Iraq during peacekeeping operation in 25, and 6 women were killed during Russian-Ukrainian war in the set of operation, and 5 of them was from infantry.
Yeah, and I know in other countries, in Canada and the United States, and where I'm from, in England, the women are very respected in the military. And Ukraine is slowly building towards this. So what sort of challenges do you face every day?
First of all, I want to draw your attention to the following. 2 years ago, Army opened almost all combat positions for women. This step, a step towards some kind of positive discrimination. But during the war, in conditions when every soldier must be effective, I think that this step was just a little bit premature measure. I explain why. We have not yet received well-trained, combat-ready, motivated, really fighters. In majority of those women who joined army during these 2 years.
Okay.
Just it's a pity, but the majority is not so are not real fighters. But I repeat, with very few exceptions, and women who are very respected in as real fighters and professionals in brigade, they exist, but they are in minority. So this is a big challenge for every woman in army to handle her profession, to handle all difficulties in her profession, and to decide for himself.
Okay.
Are she ready or no?
Yeah, perfect. Well, that's a good note to end it on. Thank you very much, Lieutenant, for coming onto our programme today. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Nataliia Meshcheriakova, a lieutenant and head of the CIMIC Group of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more here on UATV.